Joe here, back with the complete oil change, part 2 of the video. I've taken the oil, I drained out, and I've drained it into a container. Letting the filter or the funnel drain down. I'm going to take this to an auto parts store and recycle it. Do not pour this down the drain. Please don't burn it. I'm guilty of that as well, but you know, it's better for the environment if it gets recycled. So then, next step is a full oil cap, as I showed in the first video. And I've used my black funnel here. It's down in there nice. And I've got my 6 quarts of the proper oil, 5W30. I'm using full synthetic in this one. Take 6 quarts of it. So that's what we are going to do right now. So I gotta use 2 hands to open these bottles. You just drain it down, and actually, some of you don't know, oil bottles are meant to be poured like this. It's made so air can escape into the system. So it doesn't chug. It's easier for it to do this. Like I said, this is 5W30 full synthetic. You don't have to run full synthetic. I do recommend synthetic blend oils, conventional oil, Now, this isn't the full, extended mileage full synthetic. But here it is. Like I said, just fill properly. Don't spill. Do nothing. If you spill in the exhaust and stuff, don't worry about it. It'll smolder off. Kind of the tedious part. Sometimes the bigger jugs are nicer just to keep pouring. But I have individual bottles here. Remember? That doesn't chug. And also, even if you're onto, you can set a bottle in the funnel like that. Push that down. If you go over by half a quart and stuff like that, it's not a big deal, but if you can drain a little bit out, it'll be better for your gas mileage over time. You can push seals out with too much oil and stuff like that, but as long as you're in the operating range, you're good. I'm going to show you how to check your oil level. It's going to be a little funky with the camera in my hand, so I apologize for that ahead of time. But it does work. I'll be able to do it. Holding the cap on this. Sorry for making the video run too long on you guys. I'm just trying to do this for anybody that has not changed their oil on their own before. And like I said, you gotta find your oil filter and your oil drain plug. You see like that, I just spilt a little bit. This bottle was a little fuller than the rest of them for some reason. MBD, no big deal. I'll clean it off. Working on a customer's vehicle or something like that, make sure you clean it off. So about 5 quarts so far. Grabbing the last quart. And the last quart, I always just kind of let this one drain the longest, just out of habit. Now that's what drip drain. Should be good. So now what you're going to do, you're going to pull your funnel. I spilled a little bit down. I'm going to clean up this little oil I spilled. Wasn't even that much. What I do with the dripping funnel is I go and I just put it in my drain, so it's going to go right down there. You take the oil filter cap and put that back on. You grab your keys. Put your ignition. What I want you to look at. Turn your key on. Basically, this one has an oil pressure gauge, as you see. Some cars don't have that, but they'll have a little red oil gauge. The same little symbol as this one. What I'm going to do is you're going to start the vehicle, but watch for that oil pressure gauge. If your oil filter didn't seal, it's going to start spewing out the bottom, and if that red light doesn't turn off, you probably have a problem. You start the vehicle, let your oil pressure come up. It's about 50, it's probably going to calm down a little bit. That's exactly where I want it to be. 248,069 in this truck. All you do, just come out, check your oil filter, see if nothing's leaking. Some people turn the trucks on right away, or the vehicles, and they just shut them off right away. You know, start it on 5 seconds run. I let mine run for a little bit, so it gets all that oil circulating. Just everything you're supposed to do. So I'd say, you know, that runs long enough. This truck locks on its own sometimes, so I take the keys out of it. So now you're going to find your dipstick. Usually somewhere near the oil cap or on the upside of the engine. Right here, this one, engine oil. So you're going to pull this filter. Like I said, it's been kind of funky with me having to use the hand. What you're going to do is your first one, it's going to be way over the first time you pull the stick. So what you're going to do is wipe it off all the way. Put your stick back in. I'm going to try to do this the best I can for you guys, okay? Now if you look at the oil level, it is a little, in those little cross sections. Try to hold this steady. Those cross sections, that is right where you need to be. Top of this little cross section is the operating range, and I am directly in it. If you look real close, you might have some residual oil coming up, stuff like that. Don't worry, it's just from you sliding the stick down. Sorry, gotta get the camera on it. It's still a little bit wavy, but I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm just trying to give you guys a better view. There's those crosshatch patterns. They showed up in the view for me. So you want to be right in those crosshatch patterns. And that way you know your oil level is up to par. You can check it more than once. I'm going to do it one more time to see how far it's drained back. Especially with a cold engine. I'm right where I need to be. So, I hope this was very helpful to you guys. This is your standard, you know, canister oil filter drain plug. If you happen to have a cartridge filter, one where you unscrew the cap from the engine and there's an oil filter on the inside, I do have a video on that. It's called the Ford 2017 B filter. It's just the one I feature on the 2.3 liters. And that is a cartridge filter style, you see. So I'll put a link in the video or a link in the description on this one if you have that kind of oil filter. So you can just see how those are usually generally replaced. They're usually not hard. Some of them take filter cups, stuff like that. But that is changing your oil, start to finish. It has now got new oil, 5W30, and this is Same process for all cars. Some cars are supposed to do the oil filter first. Other cars, you know, they don't say. So just always make sure you have the right oil filter, and the right tools to do the job. And, you know, safety first. Use those jack stands if you've got to jack it up. Ramps are the easiest. And that is changing the oil. This one specifically is on a Chevy truck. Very common. Like I said, I hope this helps you. And thanks for watching. You can find me on Facebook, ask me questions under Joe Making Money on Facebook, and you can like and comment the YouTube page. If you have any questions about this video, anything else, anything different cars, I've done a lot of different cars if you look at my channel. And I usually just do the oil and filter locations and draining and how long it takes to do that. But this was start to finish. So like I said, hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.